Good morning, viewers. Thank you very much. Welcome to Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the headquarters of Punchline Africa Television, right in Nairobi. Good morning, wherever you are across the continent of Africa, in the world, in Asia, in America, Canada, North America, my friend Miguna. Good morning, wherever you are watching us, right from Ottawa or Toronto, wherever you are. Thank you very much. In Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, wherever you are, the many of the people that are there watching us. In Australia, good morning. In China, Russia, good morning. The war seemed to be heading towards the Third World War. Yesterday, Ukrainian forces downed out planes of Russia. I don't know what Russia is going to do next. Are we being sucked into something that we don't know? This is the fresh new Punchline Africa television, right in Nairobi, the Republic of Kenya. And together with me is my co-host, senior anchor, senior presenter, editor of this organization, Punchline Television. I am Dr. David Masanga, the host, chief in place here, and my co-host. Good morning, Miriam Ogutu.
Dr. Indeed, a very good morning to you. Yes, there seems to be World War III is brewing over there in Europe, and I think the world is waiting to see how this will play out. But we know a country like Kenya has come out strongly and given its position on what is going up there between Russia and that other country.
And Ukraine.
And Ukraine, sorry, I forgot the name. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuned in. This is Kenya and Africa at a glance. And before I take us back to Doctor, I'd like to bring us up to date with the latest from the headlines we have this morning. The People Daily. The main headline, Uhuru, my case against DP Ruto. That is the main headline. Kenya Kwanza leader set for 10-day trip to the US. You'll find that on page 6. And lawyers divided on candidate Waluke. That is also there. And then on the Star newspaper, Raila is my man. Ruto bad for Kenya. That is what Uhuru said. Kenyatta accuses Ruto of running a campaign of lies in Mount Kenya, fueled by stolen fans. That is on page 4 and 5 on the Star newspaper. And then on the Standard newspaper, Uhuru, why it cannot be Ruto. And we shall look into details of that. The stories on page 4, 6, and 7 on the Standard. Ruto cleared to visit the UK and the United States. That is on page 8. And CBK 6 completion for M-Pesa. That is 27 on page 27. And then we turn our attention to the Daily Nation. And on the Daily Nation this morning, the main story is my deputy is unfit to rule. The story is on page 4 and 5 on the Daily Nation on the 2022 campaign trail. Azimio's Raila Odinga accuses DP Ruto of inciting settlers in the Mau complex against the government during the first attempt to resettle them as Kenya Kwanza was Makueni. That is on page 6, 12, and 13. And Mimi Kenya, that is the hashtag pledges of honor as NMG launches peace caravan. That is on page 2 and 3 there. And then when good projects become bad politics, you find that on page 16. And on food prices, why you'll pay more for your plate of rice. The story is on page 14. And on matters education, Kuppet issues strike notice in pay dispute. That is on the back page. And you have neglected Mount Kenya. Ruto allies tell Uhuru. That is what we have. I know all the leading papers on the front pages this morning. Back to you, Doc.
Thank you very much. Across the continent of Africa, we are back with the same problems, the same issues, the same forests. We are in very big chaos in Kenya, but we are not better off than other countries that have a problem beyond Kenya's problems. I think Kenya has its own problems, but it has contained itself and it has remained the island of peace. And that is the type of peace that we want to preach now as we head towards elections. Do we want a country united, yes or no? What is President Uhuru Kenyatta saying about this country called Kenya? We shall go to this back in the CBD of Nairobi, Kenya. Our correspondent and special programs investigative journalist, none other than Sean Daniel Wesonga. Good morning, Wesonga.
Yes, a very, very good morning, Dr. Maswanga David at our headquarters and the political studio. Good morning to my colleague, Miriam Mogutu. Good morning to our viewers here in Nairobi, Kenya, East Africa, Africa, and the rest of the globe. It is indeed a day when a lot is happening with the international and a lot of tension.
Okay, we seem to be having a bit of a problem there from Daniel Wasonga's part, but they're fixing it. So once he's able to, complete his introduction there, he will certainly join us. We apologize for that, but Wasonga will be back with us
Yes.
very, very soon. So perhaps we start with the headline. On the Daily Nation, cometh the hour, cometh the Kenyatta Sagana 3 was billed as a road to Damascus moment for the rest of Mount Kenya, and it did not disappoint, as President Kenyatta, evidently angry and shooting from the hip, tore down his deputy William Ruto's towers of popularity, accusing him of dishing out stolen wealth, dishonesty about the genesis of the truce with Raila, and deceptive campaign messaging targeting the youth. So perhaps, Doc, I know yesterday when we were talking, I think you asked a question, and I think I was not able to give a very definitive answer. And President Kenyatta yesterday spoke his heart. So you were right yesterday. He did not hold back.
Yes.
But you said maybe he will explain to people where the genesis of their problem started. And President Kenyatta yesterday was candid about it.
Yes. Thank you very much, those listening to us across the continent of Africa and in Kenya itself. The truth is that there has been bad blood between the president and the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. That is fact number one. Fact number two, it is not caused by Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. It was caused by his erratic deputy president who decided to do something different. And Uhuru Kenyatta came out yesterday, spoke like an African man, an elder who's older than Ruto anyway in age, in ideas, and having seen quite a number of other things which Ruto has not seen yet. He spoke out as a man, a leader that you said, yes, Kenyans, you are blaming me. Yes, you are saying quite a lot of things about me. But this is not because of me only. I might have made mistakes here and there. But most of these mistakes came because of my deputy. My deputy does not trust himself, his shadow, and his own family. I don't think he trusts his family, because here you are. You have been given a ticket by two people. You were given a ticket by Jubilee Party. The president briefs you and says, I am going to meet Mr. Raila Amolo Odinga to create peace in the country. He takes you through stage by stage by stage. Said, there we met, here we shook hands, our country is going down, our country is going to burn, our country, businesses have been killed. Even I will use my personal money to compensate some businessmen to run the business because their businesses were banned because of bad politics. Then you as a leader, a deputy to the president, you refuse, you go out, you even send names. You see, our role now is to interpret, to explain. I don't, Miriam, it is very, I don't know how Ruto feels, but because his supporters are all people who don't accept the truth. If you look at the Facebook, all of them, they say we like our fifth, we like our deputy. He has done what? He has stolen from you. The bottom line is, Kenyatta has not told you everything yet. And I believe everything is going to come from the delegates conference, where the party will analyze where did we go wrong. The money came for dams. What happened? Who took the money? Where was the money? Okay? What happened to the ABCD? So yesterday we had the real Kenyatta coming out, telling us that his deputy is a liar. His deputy is not a man you can trust. His deputy is fake. And Miriam, he has not only been fake in Kenya, he has also been fake in Uganda. He went to Uganda and told President Museveni that I have an investor called Harun Eyadin, who has now also prepared a US visa from the embassy, from the network of international, because we trace, some of us trace some of these criminals. He's also flying to the US as a Turkish diplomat. You see that? They are going to meet. But he can't fly to London because London will catch. Scotland Yard is waiting for Harun Eyadin. He will not pass there. So he went to Uganda and told the president, the whole president of our country, that he has brought a man a new fruit farmer who produces fruits that are double. You know, this thing of lying to us, double, vaccine. He will build a factory of vaccine. The president left everything. We wasted our small taxpayers' money. We know we are poor people. Ugandans are poor, as they call us. We went to put a stone. That stone, the grass has overgrown. The minister has since been removed from the duty because he brought a fraudulent man. So the president yesterday just simply said, I am on my own. I did my things on my own. The man you gave me is a liar, a fake man, a con man. I don't want to use the other words, but the ICC is using some other words. A corrupt man who looks for witnesses as far as Brazil. Have you heard the current? Yesterday I was here. I was telling you, Miriam, on this table, let's relax. I told you there is a witness, a lady, who was going to testify. With records. And because we are talking about matters of Kenya, this all of them, let's not stick to one point. With records of video, Ruto standing, bribing. There you are. This man is, I wish I were him, not even to run around that I'm safe. You can't be safe. In fact, this morning I was because for me, I hate ICC. Sorry. Me and the ICC, we don't, if we find each other in one room at night, one of us comes out victorious. Because I don't like it. I don't like Africans being held into an organization, being locked up in Europe. You can hate me on that. If you hate me, then you go, so what will you do? I have an opinion on ICC. There are so many people who don't like Africa. They don't express their opinion. So Ruto, I told you, the witness, like the one yesterday, we don't know her. But she has records. That's why the judge said, hey, wacha tuende ndani. And you saw, they asked her, do you record? Yes. Do you record that person? Yes. He came to our sitting room. This is the guy you have here. And he's playing around thinking that Karim Khan is going to help him. Walai ya Mungu hakuna huko. Hata Karim Khan kama anaingia here, tutautoa. International community is watching. If Karim Khan smells any noise in this case, Kwisha, I tell you, know, Karim Khan in Britain, they lock you up. Mr. Karim Khan, you should know you're a British national. You should abide by the rules of Her Majesty, that you don't play any corruption anywhere. But I know you. I have only spared you because you are my friend. But if I wanted to go deeper, to create havoc around you, you wouldn't survive. So don't forget, I know you. I know what you have been doing, but it's okay. For this one, I leave the God to work out. He has erred. He made mistakes. Uhuru Kenyatta came out. Uhuru Kenyatta tells us so many things. My God, how many things has he stepped on? Eh? Which office is this? An office. You see, before I surrender the space for other people, let me make some points clear so that we can have a wider debate. Ababu Namwamba was fixed in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as a deal maker, not as a policy setter of Kenya's foreign policy. Zero. All the deals that Ruto has been doing in the ministry that come from outside, from arms, then Ababu Namwamba is involved. And the daughter, they are involved. These deals have killed the Kenyans. Is this the man you say is a deputy president? Wapi? Ekesha, Rashid Ekesa comes to meet generals, unknown generals, in Ruto's office. Why doesn't he meet in Mufungano house? Or go to Kempiski? Why was he going to Kempiski? He to Lizane sasa. Now that Uhuru has opened the Wacha Tulimane, Sergeant Kanei will not come from the grave to come and stand here and plead and tell us who killed him. But we people who are left here must tell the world who killed Sergeant Kanei. And you Kenyans, you go on washing these things, wash, run here. Who killed the Sergeant Kanei? Who ordered for the Sergeant Kanei to be killed? The DCI should come out and tell us. Time has come for you people to hide. Oh, you are fearing Ruto. Oh, you are fearing this. No! Mwambie watu wa kweli. The parents of this man are there in the Baringo. They don't know who killed their child. Because of arms. Because of Namwamba. Going to bring arms mercenaries. Meeting in Kenya. In an office of Ruto. And the man died. Leo. Moto ni moto. Miriam, you wanted me to say it. In there I would say it. Am I the one who said it yesterday that the man is not trusted? It is his boss. The boss cannot hand over this country to this guy. And he has shown the boss would rather go to exile. Maybe. Mr. President, don't follow us to exile. Some of us have seen a lot of difficulties outside here, Miriam. So, viewers across the world, this is a man who kills, who is allegedly the mastermind of all corruption tenders. From who you are talking of Waruke. Waruke, who paid? You go and see, no. Go and look at who paid Waruke's fees. Who paid Waruke is bail. If you don't find the deputy president involved in the paying of Waruke's bail, I lie, you will come back and tell me that let God cut his hand as it is up. So how will you fight corruption? Then you go and accuse Kenyatta that the country, we want less, lower the prices. How do you lower the prices? That Mudavadi has, you tell me Mudavadi has economics. Which economics does that pumpkin have? What? How does he know? Mudavadi has no knowledge whatsoever of economics. The economy of Kenya is 13 trillion. Miriam, even if you stepped in the class for economics, they don't count the economy with the raw figure. They count the current economy, including the debts you are servicing. The economy of Kenya is 13 trillion. Mudavadi was handling an economy with 1.5 trillion when he was a small minister, stealing money with Waindi party. Party Kamulesh and so on, who built him a house and even produced children for him. Kwanda. Tunataka tuzungumze mengi. Wacha. That Mudavadi is also insulting Uhuru Kenyatta. Kenyatta opened it yesterday. Mwache sisi tuzungumze. Who is holding us? How do you hold us from When the president told us so many things, we need more, Mr. President. We need more. Now we want to find out these people. You sell a whole embassy, it goes down in Tokyo. You come here, a woman beats you up somewhere, and then you say you're a leader. Leader what? Woman napiga masanga. Woman, I tell, if the wife wants to beat me, I run away. I don't show people, I don't cry, hey, beat me. Yeah, no. So hawa, tutapambana na hawa. Mnashika Uhuru, legacy trend man, here, I will defend him. Because Uhuru hawezi kusema mambo hii. Sisi wengine tutasema. Whether here, we are now, you are going to the States, we are following. Some of us don't need visa to follow you. I don't need a visa to go to US. I will climb a plane here and I'll do my COVID test. And I will be in the United States, by the way. And I will be back. I'm following you. We know what you are going to do in the States. You are going to collect money from George Soros. Don't pretend to us that you are going where? Meeting what? What will Ruto tell people there? Which English of botany, of plants? It's going to collect money from George Soros. Wakenya wasikie. Wakenya wasikie. Wajue, the choice is yours. Ours is to tell them the choice is for the people. If the people of Kenya decide that they want their fifth, let them take a fifth. Just as the people of Jerusalem chose a fifth against Jesus. It's not to restrict anybody, but it is also my space to talk. I'm entitled, Miriam is entitled, Javani Karanja is entitled. Yeah. So Miriam, in a nutshell, we have a problem. The center cannot hold. If I were Ruto, I would just seek. You know, as you go to US, the delegates conference is denouncing you. So the people there will address you as who? A former deputy president of Kenya. Have you seen the gymnastics, Miriam? This room is becoming hot for me because I see lots of things happening in a few days to come. I'm not a prophet from Elijah's line. I'm a Mugo wa Kidiro. Mugo wa Kidiro. Anybody from the mountain yesterday saw us. We came. We are relatives. I'm also a relative of the people of mountain. Yeah, thank you very much. Maybe we have Javani Karanja, our friend who was in Sagana last night. Yesterday. Let's begin with him. He's online here. Javani Karanja. I am now spoken like Mugo wa Kidhiru. You have taken long. We want to see your face. Thank you very much. Back to you, Miriam.
All right, and Chairman, just before you come in and perhaps give us your thoughts on what some of the things President Uhuru Kenyatta said yesterday. We know that the main bone of contention that the DP has been saying brought problems in the House of Jubilee was the handshake that the president had with the opposition leader Raila Odinga. And this is what President Uhuru Kenyatta had to say about that. The president portrayed his deputy as dishonest, criticized the performance of dockets under his supervision like agriculture, pursuant to a power-sharing deal during the first term in office, and censored him for premature campaigns that have unsettled his administration in the second term. On his handshake deal with Mr. Odinga, President Kenyatta said he had briefed his deputy about the negotiations with the Orange Democratic Movement leader following the disputed 2017 presidential election up to the day they publicly announced the truce on the steps of Harambee House in March 2018. So the president was briefing his coalition partner then and second in command in Jubilee, Deputy President, about the talks that he was having with the opposition leader Raila Odinga, but Ruto has maintained that that was not the case. The president yesterday called him out, and while he was doing that, he seemed very angry with the lies that he's saying the deputy has been, spewing out. So let's talk about this handshake and how President Uhuru Kenyatta's response to that, Jevan. What is your response?
Javani Karanja.
Or maybe Daniel, you could go ahead.
Daniel Wesonga. The matter has become hot. These guys are running away. I thank you very much, viewers. We are still on the subject. Is the deputy president a liar? A hardcore liar? A fake guy who sells fake deals? What business has he ever done before? Show us one factory which has built in Kenya, apart from chicken.
I don't know if you can get our correspondents there. Chairman, can you hear me? Good morning.
Javan, are you talking?
I think we seem to be having a bit of a
Okay,
technical hitch while the engineers are working on it, yes.
Let's go ahead, Miriam. Another thing why there's one thing that the deputy is unfit. Let's come to the subject of being unfit. Integrity test is always fundamental to constitutionalism. The Constitution of Republic of Kenya was made with integrity test. Do people, some of them who fill this post fit, are they fit to run these offices? I don't think there is almost 3/4 of some of the people in this country don't pass the integrity test. That's why we have had that problem, Miriam. And if we are not careful, again, we are creating more and more difficulties. And then we shall cry tomorrow that Africa and Kenya, we are doomed. We are now going to see a chairman of the Electoral Commission being selective. If you look at integrity test, unfit to, why doesn't the Electoral Commission, IEBC, throw out this type of people before they come on the ballot? Where is the problem? The courts. If IEBC stops you, Mr. Oscar Sudi will run to court. The case will drag for 5 years. The case of Oscar Sudi started 5 years ago. It has not ended. We are now going to primaries. We are now going to selection of the candidates. What is going to happen? Oscar Sudi will be on the ballot. So, Mr. President, you are right. You saw this man. And then you have told us he's unfit. But the law in Uganda allows the president to sack a deputy at short notice. In fact, while he's flying one country to the other, he's told that by the time you reach down, you are no longer the minister or the president of Republic of Kenya or deputy president of Republic of Kenya. Your law in Kenya has integrated chapter 6. The entire chapter 6 should have told us the results of this guy. Now today, he's grown wings. He answers back the president. Immediately in Makweni, he was on the trail answering the president. It means he doesn't value Mr. President. He doesn't value him. Why have we been very kind to a man who does not like you? Who has been advising the president to be kind to a man? Because the man uses violence, Stockholm violence. He has threatened that if you touch me, the people in the Rift Valley, all the Kikuyus will be finished. That's what Ruto says. Internal doctrine of Ruto is that. And we should not run away from that fact, Jamen. That explains why Susan Kihika is having difficulties. Ngunjiri is saying, show us the direction. Even when he is already in Uda, he says, show us the direction. The governor of Nakuru, you have seen so many of them coming up. What do we do now? Because the man has got a doctrine of Stockholm syndrome violence. He uses that as a tactic to win supporters. And he has threatened almost everybody. I don't know whether we have our correspondent. Are you back now? Javani Karanja, can you hear us?
Maybe Wasonga. Wasonga, can you hear us?
And Daniel Wesonga. We were with you very nicely this morning. Now you have run away from us again.
No, I think we're having a problem to connect with them here.
Okay, technically we
yes.
are working on a situation.
Yes, so once we're able to sort that out, because I see they're present, but also just staying with the handshake, and President Uhuru Kenyatta explained why he felt it was necessary to reach out to opposition leader Raila Odinga, owing to where the country was at that time. And he said, I was seeking peace through the handshake. I did not decide to work with Raila so that he would become president, he said, claiming Dr. Ruto, though privy to the talks, was too stubborn to give dialogue a chance. So President Kenyatta, I think even after winning that acrimonious election, the second round, he said he realized he could not lead this country peacefully to the heights he wanted to take this country if the country was not at peace at all, and half of the country felt they did not belong and were not part of Kenya. Remember, there are calls for secession. So President Kenyatta, in his wisdom and his position as the head of state and the unity symbol of this country, decided it's about time for me to reach out to the other side and see if we can heal and bring this country together. But from what President Kenyatta was saying yesterday, his deputy president was not keen to that. And I hear Kikuyu, so I could understand what he was saying, that he was very stubborn. And he kept saying, you know, you are the president, you must stand firm in your position. But the president was saying, if I stood firm in my position, what would that have meant to the greater good of the Republic of Kenya? So what does this say to the character of the deputy president in terms of a united Kenya?
He's going to, you know, you Kenyans, those who will pick this step later, remember me for this. And the media remember me. I've been telling you, the character of the deputy president has been shown by that statement. It means he can change the constitution and stay in power. Remove the term limit, like across in Uganda. Remember, he's a student of some people in Africa. Well coached. He is an admirer of Hitler. Yes, some of the words that he uses to bring people to use the Kuribaro is like a Hitler removed everybody, not to use trains, but to walk. So Ruto is exactly that, the product. Ruto is fun and fancy. Any political scientist who has studied political science, let me tell them, Fanon fans said, for you to rule people, it is only violence and the violence alone. That violence, once used, is the only route that can lead you to ruling people. Fanon fans said, it is only through violence and misinformation that you can change the course and blackmail, even make the government in power hated by the populace. The tactics, Ruto has borrowed the tactics from those, from Fanon Fanzi, the wretched earth, wretched of earth. You go and read that book. That's what they did. Go and tell the population you are Uhuru is very bad. Uhuru has a lot of money. Uhuru has taken this. They hate Uhuru. That's what he used in Mount Kenya. He went and told people in Mount Kenya that Uhuru has abandoned you. Have you seen what? Read on the Daily Nation. Front page. A rejoinder from Ruto. If you think I'm telling you a lie, you have neglected Mount Kenya, Ruto tells Uhuru. So has he made the Rift Valley better? No, has he made the Rift Valley better? Has Ruto made the Rift Valley better? The maize, the farmers wanted to sell to the National Cereals Produce Board. He imported maize with another lady called Chomukama from Uganda, with another man whom I will not name here, but soon we shall name. They filled the maize. They took the money for the maize. Documents from Uganda Railways and the Kenya Railways indicate the company, the owner, the people who went with hard cash. In fact, they requested for hard currency. Medium, I'm telling you, it's very painful, you Kenyans. Hard currency. With that minister, that man who doesn't speak good English, what is his name? Who said locust instead of locust? They made the money. The President of the Republic of Kenya was given intel about this maize. The maize even became green in Ikara, in Kisumu depot. You go there. Is the maize not still there? We are here. You are saying this guy is very good. He's replying to the president that you made Mount Kenya. You neglected. What has he improved in Mount Kenya? Huyu mjamaa, what has he improved? What has he done in Mount Kenya? This is the man you want to be with. This man can slaughter the president. Livondo was correct. This man can kill our president, our friend. For me, he's my friend. Because if Uhuru goes down, I am done. Yeah, naambia watu wa haki. This guy is a bad man. He can kill the president. The earlier they separate these two guys, the better. I think Kenyans, I'm speaking as an editor with 67 years. God has blessed me. And I'm speaking my mind today. Watch my lips and my eyes. Separate these two people. Let one of them go his way. And the one who should go his way is the deputy president. Resign and go. Go and concentrate on your UD activities. Leave Kenyatta alone. If I've spoken wrongly, God gave me the age. If there is anybody in Kenya who will say I've spoken badly, these two gentlemen need to be separated. Because we can't have our children listening to this. So how will you expect the children in school not to ban the schools?
Yes.
Am I wrong there, Miriam? Give me a... Mama, my madam,
yes.
My dear sister, I'm speaking the truth. These two men should be separated. You people are not seeing. Livondo's accusations could come true. If witnesses can be killed from as far as Brazil, can be bribed from as far as Brazil, what can this man not do? Tuambiane leo kweli. And he doesn't care. The camera is watching him. The video, the woman was videoing him, even arranging the cash. So what are you telling me? In this trip, let Ruto avoid the Netherlands before 15th. Because you never know, Mr. President. The other people. Kenya, the president might have soft hands, soft heart, but the other people, the other international agencies watching. Yeah, avoid the if your plane is going, you are like Kenya Airways goes direct to US. Kama ilikuwa zamani like that unapigi ndege huko Netherlands. Iko mambo inakuja, si ndio? Trial ends on Friday, isn't it? Tomorrow?
Yeah, it was about 10 days.
It ends tomorrow. So after tomorrow, give it 15 days. By 15th March, the results will be here. Some of us might have results. Inside sources. I'm an investigative journalist, so you don't ask me. I'm not talking like a quack on the streets. I am a journalist of the Commonwealth. With my card, they are here. I practice journalism in London, investigative journalism specifically. I practice anywhere. By that time, we shall know the verdict. So, mzee, usipitie hapo Netherlands. Yo kitu kisha.
And there's a story you brought up, part of the headline on the Daily Nation, where Ruto says you have neglected Mount Kenya. Ruto allies tell Uhuru. And speaking on the campaign trail in Makueni, Machakos UDA politicians accuse the president of lying about saving the agriculture sector and bringing down the cost of living, and insist that a Raila presidency is unattainable. So let's just look at that part that they're saying president is lying about saving the agriculture sector, because President Uhuru Kenyatta had some choice of words yesterday today in regards to that matter. And the president accused his deputy of hoodwinking farmers with his hustler campaign promises, yet it was during the period that the Agriculture Ministry was under his watch that farmers' lives were ruined, adding that Cabinet Secretary Peter Munya right now is fixing the mess that was created with Ruto's allies while they were responsible for this Ministry of Agriculture. And so, you know, some of them are fired, and even before, Raila Odinga has been reminding us how he fired, Ruto when he was this Minister of Agriculture back then. And so, I mean, is this something that would backfire if they keep using this as a campaign tool? Will it backfire on their face? Because some of this evidence is out there for the public to see.
Miriam, if we look at that clip of the farmers in Eldoret, which as we talk, the production team look for it. When the Senate committee went to Eldoret to investigate the maize, first it two-pronged. The coffee sector had collapsed under Ruto. He never improved the coffee sector. He only looked at maize. Secondly, Ruto went to Rift Valley and told his people, diversify your crops from maize to avocado. That don't. Then he went to Uganda and imported maize. So what is the sense, rationale here? Twice, not once, but twice. Not twice, but 3 times. Not 3 times, 4 times. President Uhuru Kenyatta, whenever he meets Mr. Kiyunjuri, he said, Wewe. Can you see that clip where the president said, Wewe, Mwizi, Munaiba. They are stealing. They were stealing. Maybe Kiyunjuri did not know. But the guy was stealing. They were importing maize. I'm a transporter. And my trucks were approached to bring maize into Kenya. When I went to this, honestly, that they were coming empty to collect the goods in Mombasa to take somewhere in an East African state. They were approached. My driver said, Mzee, we have got a good job here. I said, which is the job? Nitumie makaratasi. Niko na makaratasi. I can show you that those papers, the company belongs to the guy who sold the maize here. So when the drivers gave me the papers, I said, halala. Me in anything to do with corruption, Matanga Pana. No, don't touch them. Please tell them no. You have another job. 40-50 containers to carry maize. Imagine, Miriam, I'm lucky. God is always on my side. God, thank you. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, forgive me. I'm a sinner. Please, all the time. Naomba tafadhali. Because, God guided me there. My trucks will be loaded with that maize now, which was impounded. I would have lost. So this Ruto is I don't know how you Kenyans, you can stay under him. But some of us, sorry. If he becomes a president, we shall pass by Kenya if he allows us to have some sunshine in Mombasa, but not to stay here. Yeah.
And the president brought in the issue of, Aurora and Kimarel Dam yesterday.
Yes. Let's come to isn't it the issue I've been talking about, Miriam, about the bishops? Yes.
The church elders there.
Yeah, let me come. Let me defend Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta on the question of bishops. How many bishops have died? Who collected the money? Yeah, to Isabu, are they not 5? That's one. Was Uhuru wrong to say it? How many people today really go to church for really praying? Look at our pastors. They go to cut hair like a matanga. I'm not a pastor. I've cut my hair like a Marines. And I don't know whether viewers outside there can see a younger man of 67. I've cut my hair. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a reverend. I'm not a bishop. I'm simply a man who grew up with good manners of Christianity. But for you, a bishop, to receive a man who has stolen money and given you money, then praise him in a church, then tell us to go and walk, utapata pesa, tembea. Uhuru was right. In other democracies, churches are given license. In Rwanda, why Rwanda is disciplined, the church is given license. If you have no degree, you can't have tools of analysis in the Bible. How do you convert this Bible? I have it here. I work with my Bible. It is here. Can show it. I will bring it here during the break. My dear sister, the bishops pick the money, then they praise. You know, there is another guy called Provost Wainaina in All Saints Church in Anglican Church of Kenya, SCK of Olasapiti. I have been going to that church since 1982. When I'm in Kenya, 1982, there was a powerful provost there. Njoya, not Njoya. There was a powerful provost. Very good during Moi's time. Very challenging. His sermons on Sunday gave us hope. A provost there became Uda, yellow provost. From Kirinyanga. From Ranga, Wainaina. He started writing a letter. Look at the letter I wrote back to the provost. That you have killed the church, Allah. Wainaina wrote, and he killed the church. Well, Sapiti should have moved in to change Wainaina and take him somewhere else. Instead, Bishop Olasapiti is also playing partisan politics in our church. That church is Anglican church. I am an Anglican. I'm a Protestant. I'm an Anglican man. I have a right anywhere. I pay my money in England for this church to survive. Voila, where? Nikae chonjo. Anatuambia, oh, this. But then he's going here. He's in favor of. The other time he was in favor of Raila. I don't know what Raila has done to him. Now he has gone in favor of Ruto because they come from the same tribe. Tribalism. That's Bishop Olasapiti. Ndio anataka changa maneno hapo. That provost there. Amtoe kwa church hiyo ndio watu tukuje. Corona imeisha, tunataka kuja huko. That provost is Uda, United Democratic Alliance agent in church. Even what he speaks does not mind God. Oh my God, God Jesus Christ, forgive me, the Son of God, I'm a sinner. Mi matanga. So the president was correct on the question of church leaders picking money and not criticizing where you get the money, how the poor people, how people are stolen, their stolen cash is brought to church. Isn't it the point you are trying to go to?
Yes, that is what the president
Bring
said.
another one.
All right, and of course, he was particularly angered, and you could see it on his expression when he, he was giving the position and how much his government has done in terms of, improving the country's economy. And of course, President Uhuru Kenyatta said that he, when he was handed over this country by our former president, President Kibaki, our economy was at 5 trillion Kenya shillings. And so he'll be handing over Kenya, whose economy is at 13 trillion Kenya shillings. So he was particularly irritated by the people who were saying that he has not done anything. So he was trying to explain, how can you say I've done nothing? Well, this is how much our economy has improved. And of course, he highlighted some of the things that his government has done. And particularly, he was, addressing that to Musalia Mudavadi.
Miriam, I was born in the 50s. The time I was born, bread was maybe 10 cents. Because I couldn't eat bread when I was young. In the age, I started eating bread when I was about in 1960s, when I started eating bread, knowing that bread is eatable. Because I was about 5 years old, or to 4. So you can calculate my age yourself, all those who are watching. Independence in Uganda came when I was singing. We are the people who sang for the independence. Hallelujah, yeah, Asante sana baba ku Militon Obote. Thank you for bringing this independence. That's why I grew up loving Dr. Militon Obote up to today. He's gone, but I'm not gone. The son might reject him, but me no. Even if you brought 2 million guns to kill me, I'm still Dr. Militon Obote's son. Because he loved me like a son. Actually, he loved me more than the sons. I'm telling you today. I'm the only one that he bought a scooter. The constituencies in Uganda were 100. He bought 101 scooters. Ordered 101 scooters from India for me. Mr. President, lie in the state. I will find you down there, Mzee. Asante sana Tereri. You brought a man who has not let you down. I will still stick there. One day, something will happen. So don't worry. So, look, if you sing and say, Ruto, Uhuru has done nothing here, then you must be the most derailed element who should not even come near educated people. Hiyo ukweli ianze kusink kwa people. You know, this is now if whistle for election is about tuambiane ukweli. Mudavadi si ndio alisema watu waambiane ukweli. Mudavadi started land economics. Ruto started botany. How to grow plants on land. So Mudavadi will acquire land and Ruto will plant plants. So 2 men don't know political science. All of them are new in political science. The other one, Wetangula, is a lawyer with 1 degree. He has never improved to have a master's degree since I knew him in 1985. Wetangula is still with 1 LLB degree from Nairobi University. He has only improved and graduated to become senior counsel because of age. So none of them has, some of us have transformed into very many butterflies from nothing to where we are now. Yes. And you might think it's a lie. So bread, to me, has never changed. The price of bread has never gone down. I have never, since I was a student in Manjasa High School buying Tip Top, there was a bread called Tip Top. We used to smuggle it from Kenya, near the Kenya border. The price has never gone down. Selector, is it Selector now in Kenya? Has the price of Selector ever gone down? Rice price goes down. The Selector never goes down. It goes up. Increased. Even here in this office, this new studio, we have just hammered. Some people have just hammered Selector. I know Miriam doesn't eat bread. I eat only brown bread these days. But the price has never gone down. So who are you in the world to say Uhuru reduced, increased the price? Prices of bread has increased. 2, in economics, how did Mudavadi get his degree of economics? Maybe his father bribed the lecturers. You cannot talk of an economy overburden, a debt. You cannot talk of only one side of economics. You talk about infrastructure economy and then the tangible economy. What is the tangible economy? The tangible economy is the money in the pocket. But infrastructure, you cannot do without both. If you want the money in the pocket, you need roads to transfer, to deliver the goods across to Jerusalem.
Development and production goes hand in hand.
Thank you, Miriam. So hasn't Uhuru brought development? There is development. Their roads are being dug. Mudavadi's home and his mother could not reach her own house. Uhuru dug the road when they were going for the mother's burial. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. So huyu sasa mtu like Mudavadi, we kula pesa za George Soros bwana. Can Mudavadi also issue a statement why Muruka and Ewaro resigned? There are people in this country who oppose Matanga. Then they go and get what they want. Let me niwaambie. Let niambie hawa. Can Ruto, can Mudavadi issue a statement to say why Baraka Muruka and Ewaro resigned from ANC? What were they quarreling about? When they had just left Washington and New York, they came with what? What was it that they were quarreling about? Kama mna answer hiyo, then you know the journey they are making again. I struggled. My dear sister Miriam, I struggled with Makau Mutua. Today he's a very good man. And we shook hands. We forgave each other. I was right. And Makau Mutua admitted on national TV that he coached witnesses, investigators who came to arrest Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto. He admitted when he was being interviewed for Chief Justice guest. Was I wrong? So I'm now telling you, everything that Ruto is going to do in the US, we know it already. The only problem is that Kenyatta is a very good man. Other presidents would have countered it, and in a very bad way. But for those thinking that, yeah, there you are. I don't know whether this picture is where.
Okay. So yesterday we saw, even when President Ruto...
Yeah, this is, Miriam, that picture that you viewers are seeing is my handshake with Makau Mutua at Intercontinental Hotel, witnessed by Kionyi and other people. You can see there we did a handshake. And we said, once you shake hands with somebody, you don't come back to hit him again. But I was right on the case of ICC, what Mutua was doing against my two brothers. Now today, we move on together in the same camp of Azimio. That's good politics. But how did I know? Even I produced the list. Do you know what I produced, Miriam? The receipts that Makau Mutua bought people drinks and food from Sane University in the restaurant where they sat with Joho and the rest of the people. Makau Mutua was shocked. Matanga as a network. He told me. I gave him the receipts. As they had even the credit card that he had paid. So when you go to George Soros, look this way, look that way, look, they are my people. I will be, let Mudavadi land in the US. Within 2 days, I will become, Sundio Utuko hapa next week. My dear, you will see, I will be showing you exactly what they have done. And I publish these things for you guys, for Kenyans to know. They are not going there for any meeting. They are going to seal a deal. And let the intelligence system of this country, those who man NGOs, listen to me. They are going for a deal to sign. Abraham Korir Singoye is in Ruto's office working for Open Society Foundation. He's there. The wife works there. So what are you telling me? They are going to formalize. We have a regime change here. We have George Soros men bringing money to throw us because Ruto now has no money. The last money that Ruto had is the money that was intercepted at the airport down here. Of a man claiming to have sold beef to Burundi, and the Burundi government has issued that man has never sold even 1 single kilo of beef. So what type of people? You know, Burundi government now says that man has never been a businessman. They have never bought that amount of beef ever from Kenya. So why did he tell us that he was coming from beef? Mulimaji wa nyama? No, I don't know. Is it nyama or ya beef? So what they are going for is simple. Wacha tuambiane ukweli. They are going to sign the deal and then come back molest Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Because Raila Odinga distanced himself. He wants peace for this country. He doesn't want to know anything to do with any NGO in America. And he's now the most hated man by NGOs. The most liked man in Africa by NGOs. Can I name them for you? One of them is hey, Miriam, we are talking about Kenya and the glass of Africa. Dr. Besigye, who has been criticizing me, is shaking hands with Museveni in Sweden. So was I wrong? No, niangalie mama. Was I wrong? He hated me. And I told him, it is you who brought these rules that are killing us in Uganda. Now today, next week, they are beginning peace talks, shaking hands, and finishing. Where are we? So, let me name the man of George Soros in Africa. Chamisa Nelson, number 1. Number 2, Mudavadi Musalia. Number 3, the smaller boy in Uganda. That guitar boy. Number 4, Farimajo. Number 5, Hassan Hari, the former prime minister. Twende mbele, tusonge. Number 6, Prime Minister Hamuduk. Number 7, Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Dr. Abiy. Twende mbele, tusonge. Number 8, Dr. Chikwera of Malawi. Pure. I don't mind. If he's a friend of President Uhuru Kenyatta, so what? He's not my friend. He's my friend actually. I know him, but I tell him all the time when I meet Chikwera, you are hearing me, you know this face. What did I tell you in your hotel? Now don't talk to me about George Soros. I hate the guy. Twende mbele. Nikusukumie moja. Niingize moja nilete ngine. George Soros. Number 9, Chikwete. Hapa Tanzania. Aliniambia, why do you defend criminals like so and so? I don't want to mention the names, then they hate him. Nilimwambia ndugu yangu, kama Nyerere alikuwa hapa, Nyerere alikuwa anasimama na mimi. Twende mbele, twende, tusukume. Nikwambie mingine. Look at the guys. Those are George Soros. When you see them, look at the yellow ribbon. The yellow ribbon with a letter like this. I brought this thing here. You know, Ruto, uko up. I brought this tape here to play it for you, to remind you. This one here. Unaona this one? Wrong suspect, flawed trials. This one here. Angalia. When I play this, the world will come down. You see me who did it in 2008, 9, defending you. This one, it was all over. They arrested me with it in Ethiopia. And my friends, and now we removed me at midnight. Wewe mtoto wewe. So can I go ahead and mention for you? More? Do you want more? Nikwambie, mimi, because there are places I don't go. Number 10, strife masiwa. Number 11, Obasanjo. If you see Obasanjo anywhere, run. Run! Have you seen what he has said now in Nigeria? He's now saying Nigeria must be reassembled. You want more? Number 12, Jinping. Jinping, the former Secretary General, a chairperson of African Union. That is George Soros. That is French intelligence. He killed Muammar Gaddafi. He delayed the plane of 5 presidents in Bamako, in Mali, and allowed the French to drop the bombs. Twendebere, number 13. Mahamat Faki of the African Union. Dr. Mahamat Faki, African Union. Yellow ribbon. Now, do you see the yellow ribbon in Chad? Have you seen? It is there. They have started demonstrations. The army is clashing with them. Yellow ribbon. Do you see the yellow ribbon in Zimbabwe? Now see the yellow ribbon here in Kenya. What Mudavadi is trying to bring is the yellow ribbon. In the UDA, they have 2 factions. Ruto's faction is Mudomo, pa, 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 pa. Mudavadi's faction is regime change. Entice people on prices. As he goes there, he's going to come with another slogan. Viewers, if we have our people online, I don't know whether our machines are working. We want to allow them to talk. Medium, any questions? Go ahead, ask me now. I'm ready.
Just part of what President Uhuru Kenyatta said yesterday, and maybe what we were observing during when that event was happening. The president said the organizers, they had expected about 5,000 people, but we saw so many people showed up, and so many of them were locked out. So for the people,
not even locked out, but luckily enough, they were paid, they were given money. Yeah. And so they were given food.
Okay.
Very nice food. People ate. Even those outside, I think when the president got out,
they had something.
Yes, they had something. People came to see their son.
Yeah, so my question is, for the politicians, especially from Mount Kenya, who's been saying, Jubilee Party has lost its popularity in central Kenya. From what you were seeing yesterday, what can we say about perhaps the future of Jubilee Party as far as Kenyan politics and the central Mount Kenya politics is concerned?
Is revamped. Jubilee Party is revamped, is going to be the strongest unit. Remember, the doctrine that President Uhuru Kenyatta is using is Mwalimu Nyerere doctrine. We withdraw from the presidency, concentrate on the party, educate people on the party. That's it. The term limit. President Uhuru will not extend by 1 hour. He will not. But Uhuru will move back to make sure that the party, the people of, he's still young as Nani said. You want him to go and relax. He's younger than me. And I'm still here looking like a Mr. Marines. The face is baby face. You think you want me to retire, to go back to Britain and start asking for pension? No. Wacha nifanye kazi. So he's not. What he's going to do, Miriam, is withdraw and concentrate on Jubilee Party. It gets the seats. The more seats you have, the more MPs you have.
And should that worry UDA, because at some point they're becoming very comfortable thinking they had numbers there in central Kenya. Now with the new revamped Jubilee Party, even as we wait for the NDC, I think, which is supposed to be taking place tomorrow, should they worry about their position and the numbers they're hoping to get in Mount
They
Kenya?
should be very worried. Very worried. By the way, tomorrow all of us, some of us who are friends of Jubilee Party have been invited to be at that place, but we shall remain working and serving the country, serving the world and the international community wherever we are. But they should be worried that Jubilee Party is going to reform itself, make changes, adjust itself, and become a strong party. Believe me or not, it will be drama.
All right, and I see the Songa is there. I don't know if we're able to have him come.
Daniel,
he can hear us. I can see he can hear us, and he's really trying to get through as they fix that connection there. Very well. Daniel, we apologize. You're very patient. You've just been waiting to see if you could connect.
Can you hear us now?
Mm-hmm. He can hear us, but okay.
Yeah, there he is. I think you have heard my lecture for 1 hour.
Yes. And of course, now Kenyans know whatever has been happening, of course, with the handshake and the president's maybe dying dalliance between him and his deputy. And yesterday, perhaps as many thought, it was a moment of truth to tell Kenyans truly what transpired, the amount of corruption that was really happening, and the kind of theft that was perpetuated by the deputy president and his cronies in the first term of the president. And that is why the president feels perhaps that it is not the right time to have the deputy president as a president, or maybe as someone who is going to succeed him in the forthcoming general elections. And Dr. Masanga, on my end, I believe this is going to have a very, very big repercussions on the candidature of the deputy president. First, he has been painted as a liar, someone who goes maybe out there to say something contrary to whatever they were talking about with his boss. He has gone ahead even to call the president a con man and a liar because of having a handshake with Raila Odinga. And number two, because of the corruption implications. And he said whatever you've been saying here, that Kimwarer and Aroda money was stolen by the deputy president. And that is the money that was being given to church leaders to be able to cajole them and make them align towards him in his presidential bid. So therefore, all these bad things that have been happening perhaps are going to have a detriment on the deputy president. But better still, we are waiting to have the PNU NDC by today or by today. Tomorrow we're going to have ODM and Jubilee Party NDCs, and on 26th we're going to be having joint NDCs, and there is where now the journey will begin. And I believe those who have been underrating the president and thinking that he doesn't have a say in Mount Kenya were able to see yesterday 5,000 people were invited, but over 20,000 people showed up. And I tell you, if President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to hit the road and start campaigning for Raila Odinga, then things are going to change drastically. William Ruto's fortunes in Mount Kenya are going to dwindle drastically in the coming days. And therefore, they should be very worried. They have been insulting the president all through. And now it is the time for payback by the president and his allies to actually now take the politics of Mount Kenya seriously. And that will actually send William Ruto home by 8 a.m. on 9th of August. I submit, Dr. Masanga.
Very well, thank you so much. And there are also other things that we talked about, and I'm sure you were listening. And I think when we were starting this conversation, when President Uhuru Kenyatta called out his deputy president and as a lie, and he said even when he was going to have this handshake on the front, of Jogo House, President's office, the handshake that happened that we saw a couple of years ago, the last person he called and told about this, what was going to happen, was his deputy. But his deputy has been insistent that he was not part of it. He did not know that what that was happening, and that was a betrayal and all that. So I mean, this will do damage on the person of deputy president, or at this point, does that even matter?
Miriam, I believe by this juncture in time, most Kenyans know the kind of person that the deputy president of Kenya is. And he's a man who speaks from the both corners of his mouth. Today, he will claim that we have deep state, which is trying to actually make sure that they steal his votes in August polls. And also, maybe in the next rally, because of convenience, he will say that there is no such thing as deep state, and perhaps no one can ever steal his votes and all that. So he's a person who has been talking about things in a contradictory way. You know, today he talks about this, tomorrow he talks about a totally different things. Even when you take, for example, the current discussion about increase in tax and the high cost of commodity prices, you'll understand that a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, William Ruto was actually in support of having higher tax increments and also having commodity prices go up, because he believed as the economy is growing, also the commodity prices should go up, and tax should actually be paid by Kenyans who mean well for the country to be able to receive infrastructural development and other sectors of ensuring that the citizenry gets service delivery and all that. Why has he changed tune now that he's talking about the high cost of living? And also, another issue comes when he talks about either the achievements of the Jubilee government or the failures of it. You realize that he'll take the achievements, but also he'll try as much as possible to disassociate himself from the failures of the Jubilee government. And wherever he goes, it only depends on the kind of audience that he's addressing. If he's outside Mount Kenya region, he'll tell the other people of the country or how the government has neglected them, on how the Jubilee party has failed, on how all these bad things are happening in government. But whenever he's in Mount Kenya region, you'll hear him actually raining praises on President Uhuru Kenyatta, telling people how Jubilee government has delivered, telling them how they have improved lives of Kenyans, are connected to them to electricity, water supply, and many, many other basic amenities that alleviate people from poverty. So this is a man who has never been straightforward. William Ruto is not straight, even in his talking, not even his fingers are straight, Miriam. So this person who cannot be trusted when he comes out to claim that perhaps the president did not inform him. The last time we had a BBI validation meeting in Bomas, William Ruto was in attendance, the president was in attendance, and the president said that before I went to have a handshake with Raila Odinga, I informed my deputy president. And he told the people in the auditorium, you can ask him, he's here, he's seated here. What did William Ruto do? He actually just giggled and brushed it off, meaning that that is the truth of the matter. And yesterday, the president was very, very sincere in his conviction that this is a man I actually talked to last before I went to have a handshake with the Right Honorable Raila Odinga at the staircases of the Harambee House. So this is someone who cannot be trusted, Miriam, bottom line. This is a person who will say anything, anywhere and anyhow, just to validate his maybe political candidature and to be able to earn some few political bonga points here and there. So to me, I don't think he's a man who should be taken seriously. You know, a man who can go to the church and lie about his boss giving him money to donate in a Harambe, whereas this money is actually part of the 3 billion that he was given to go and do development in his backyard. That is a man who can never be trusted. That is a man who Kenyans should not take seriously, Miriam. I submit.
All right. Thank you so much. So perhaps we need to take a break and then come back with the rest of the show, Doc. I don't know what you say to that.
Yes, I think we take a break, and we seem to have touched the entire show anyway. But let's just take a break, and then we come back with the other final, the two shows. We can combine them together.
Okay.
The editor's memo and the diplomatic leaks. We have really crushed the diplomatic leaks topic, because we have touched on visas, but we wanted to bring more details. Why? Because it is on the front page where Ruto, where they are going somewhere. They are going in the United States. What is the purpose of going to the United States? Are they going there for us, for you, or for what? The visas, will they be issued? Okay. If the national, I think it's a very interesting topic. If the National Delegates Conference of Jubilee Party votes overwhelmingly to remove the deputy president from being the deputy president of Jubilee Party and being a member of Jubilee Party, so does Ruto fly in the US as a deputy president?
Yeah, and he was removed as the deputy party leader, I think.
Yes, no, but it has not been endorsed by the delegates conference.
Okay.
So that is why, Miriam, technically, we brought this as it is a very significant. I think let's come for it. Let's take a break and then come back and have it. We eat it. Then we do the summary of editor's memo. We close the day.
All right, don't go too far. We shall be back in a short bit.
Conflicts in Africa have become the daily occurrence. Daily occurrences in many countries, in the sense that almost every African country, apart from the few, there is tension. One wonders where this tension at times comes from. Some of it comes from elections, a manufactured election, a disputed election results. Some come from territory. Some are terrorist-based, like that of Somalia and Boko Haram. Some are because of regime change, purely sponsored by external forces. But 95 to 96% of conflicts in Africa occur through the sponsorship of external darker forces that would like to benefit out of the spoils of war. George Soros stands as one person who has always been and will always be and shall be until the end a man who sponsors any type of chaos, who does not follow which type of chaos he is sponsoring, as long as it is chaos that can topple a person he hates in Africa. Many African countries are undergoing this pressure, this tension, especially those that are conducting elections and whose timetable for elections seem to be coming in the near future. As a result of that, Africa stands warned, and Africa must stand on alert about the external forces that want to dismember this continent and create heavens of war, create insecurity, create mirage peace that Africans have fought after 66 years of gaining political independence. It is therefore my submission that most African countries, if they don't look at what George Soros is doing, we might have a shocker one morning, one by one African country being pushed out and the leaders being pushed out of power. The events, therefore, in South Africa, as proved from this detailed undercover operations, they prove that George Soros indeed has a say in South African politics. And therefore, we want to urge Africans and African heads of state and their military and intelligence systems to be careful and watch on the amount of money that is being pumped into their economies, because some of the money could be George Soros money that will end up to bring public disorder in most of the African countries. Thank you very much, viewers.